Yesterday, the long-awaited trailer for the fifth episode of the Amazing Digital Circus was released. Because of Bubble, it turned out to be really crazy and hard to watch. But along with that, this trailer showed us a lot of interesting facts about the future episode, many of which we can understand already now. We were shown quite a lot of new NPCs that will appear in the fifth episode. I'm sure everyone noticed the enemy team of doppelgangers from the sports stadium, but the others were much harder to find. In this video, I'm going to tell you about all the new NPCs from the trailer and their roles in Episode 5. Let's start with the most notable NPCs and move on to the most secret ones. In a sports stadium, the main characters have to play a baseball game against a team made up of their evil doppelgangers. It's hard to say exactly what the main characters' doppelgangers will be like, but none of them look benevolent. The colors on the evil doppelgangers' bodies and clothes have switched places. Ragatha's red hair turned blue, and her blue bow, button, and dress turned red. On Pomni's costume, the blue and yellow colors switched places. Jax's purple hair became red, and her red jumpsuit became purple. Kinger's cape and body became purple, and the fur on his cape became light-colored. This change of distorting the original design for Kinger's evil clone makes him look like the Black King from chess. Incidentally, it was for Kinger's doppelganger that they made another major design change. On his head, he wears something resembling a police cap. All the doppelgangers stand in rather expressive poses, by which we can easily understand their differences in character from the real characters. In fact, the character of each doppelganger represents the opposite of the qualities of the original. The clones of Ragatha and Pomni look aggressive. They are likely to be the most vicious of the entire enemy team. Pomni's doppelganger looks at the main characters with distrust, and Ragatha looks like he wants to say something rude to the heroes or mock them. Zubal's doppelganger looks unemotional, her eyes looking in different directions. This gives the impression that she's going to be stupid. Our Zubal has always been the most judicious of the characters. She approaches everything with a cool head and tries to be honest. Jax's doppelganger has his hands behind his back and is looking away. He looks very shy and insecure, the complete opposite of the Jax we know. He is holding one of his hands with the other, which tells us that he is under a lot of stress. That's not surprising though, given the characters of clones Pomni and Ragatha. I think all the social interactions in this team of NPCs are backwards too, meaning Ragatha and Pomni bully Jax. The Kinger clone looks tense and focused. He stands at attention like he's a soldier. Moreover, his cap actually makes him look like a soldier or a policeman. I'm sure that unlike our Kinger, this NPC will be focused on the task at hand and well organized. The most interesting thing here is that we're not shown an evil Gangle doppelganger. That being said, the original Gangle will be in the game on the side of the hero team. I have a few theories regarding the existence or non-existence of Gangle's doppelganger, or as one of our viewers called her, Doppelgangle. The first theory is that an evil clone of Gangle exists, but we haven't been shown her. Unlike the shy and insecure original, she would be the leader of the Doppelganger team. But if you think about it a bit, Gangle has already been in a leadership role once. In Episode 4, she was perfectly capable of showing leadership qualities as long as she was wearing a new mask. I think Doppelgangle will only wear one mask, the same weird mask that Gangle wore in Episode 4. Remember how that mask came into the hands of the characters? It all started when Zubal found it in her spare parts box. Zubal's box is infinite, and generating parts for this box is definitely Caine's job. It's entirely possible that this mask ended up in Zubal's box by mistake, and was originally intended for Gangle's evil doppelganger. The important thing is that the mask that Gangle wore is no longer with the main characters. Gangle threw it away near Spudsies at the end of Episode 4. I think all of Gangle's masks have their own character outside of Gangle's personality. When Gangle puts on any mask, the character of the mask affects her personality. Gangle can resist the mask's effect, but more often than not, she succumbs to it. My theory is that the plastic mask from Episode 4 holds a grudge against Gangle for refusing it and throwing it away. In Episode 5, the strange mask will get its own body and a chance to get revenge on the main characters. The second theory is that Gangle's evil doppelganger doesn't exist. I wondered where Caine even got the idea to create doppelgangers that would be the opposite of the main characters. It seems to me that he might have gotten the idea from Gangle. We know that Gangle loves to draw, and she often depicts other digital circus characters in her drawings, but rarely draws herself. He could have created a series of drawings in which she decided to depict all the characters with opposite personalities. When these works were seen by Caine, he decided to create a team of doppelgangers based on them to play against the main characters in a sports stadium adventure. Of course, Gangle herself didn't know that Caine had seen her artwork. Caine can appear in any character's room at any time, so he teleported into Gangle's room while she was sleeping. When Gangle realizes that she essentially created these evil doppelgangers, she's going to feel very ashamed and blame herself for this adventure. Let's move on to the other NPCs. We may notice that in the sports stadium, the wooden dummies we've seen before are sitting in the spectator stands. They are sort of the standard NPCs for any location. An interesting fact is that the wooden mannequin may play a more important role in Episode 5 than it did before. In one of the teasers for Episode 5 that came out before the trailer, we saw all the main characters in an unknown dark room with a bright white light source. Among the silhouettes of all the main characters, we could notice one extra silhouette. Most of all, this silhouette resembled a wooden mannequin. I think that in the 5th episode, one of the wooden mannequins will accompany the main characters in different locations. Thanks to the 2nd and 4th episodes, we know that mannequins don't just execute a pre-made program. They are intelligent and can talk. So one of them could be a partner for the main characters. There was one unusual scene in the trailer that featured a hidden NPC. In this scene, Pomni and Jax are in the circus tent. They are drawn to the ceiling by a brightly glowing object. This object is round in shape, so it is the sun. Jax and Pomni are clearly freaked out by this. I want to remind you that in the digital circus, the sun has a face and can talk. Sun and Moon are sentient NPCs and can interact with other characters. In one of the teasers for Episode 5, we saw Pomni watching the sunset. All these facts let us know that the sun will play a significant role in the 5th episode. In one of the shots in the trailer, Ragatha is next to advertising stands. On one of them, you can spot a drawing of Gummigoo. This leads me to believe that he will appear in this location in Episode 5. Admittedly, it's hard to tell at a glance which location this shot refers to. I'm pretty sure we're shown the location of the president's office here. In most of the new locations, Ragatha has a slight design change. In the office, she wears dark glasses. In the Mafia location, she has a different dress and is black and white. In other scenes from the trailer, we can see that Ragatha in the president's office does not have any design change. In the trailer, we also saw that there will be a debate between the characters. They will be speaking with a microphone in this adventure. I think that in this location, Pomni will be the president and Gummigoo will be the presidential candidate and her rival. This will have to make things much more difficult for the heroes, as Pomni doesn't want to be Gummigoo's enemy. In the trailer, there are several shots of Pomni lying on the floor of the circus with some kind of leaf or seaweed on her head. I think this is also related to one of the new NPCs we weren't shown in the trailer. Most likely, there will be an NPC in the Savannah location that is a predatory plant or other actively moving plant. Pomni will have to fight it. It makes her look so tired, and it leaves a leaf of that plant on her head. The last teaser for Episode 5 that was released was the only one in a long time where we were shown Caine and given a hint of his role in the new episode. I discovered that the Wacky Watch website has been updated again. There's a new message there to match the latest teaser. Thanks to it, we can get a full understanding of the main problem of the 5th episode. On the Wacky Watch screen, we see a small looped animation. Caine is in a room with a black and white checkered floor. I'm betting it's the floor of the digital circus tent, and Caine is there. He abruptly turns his head directly into the camera and snaps his finger. Caine does finger snaps when he needs to use his powers and create something, change something, or move something. I think this moment will show up in Episode 5 when Caine decides to make things difficult for the main characters in the adventure for whatever reason. That means that in Episode 5, Caine will interfere with the adventure, and he's never allowed himself to do that. There's something going on with him. There's an encrypted message in Morse code next to Caine. If we decipher it, we get a cryptic message. The first 6 characters stand for common distress signals, SOS and CQD. I'm sure you all know what SOS stands for, and CQD stands for Come Quick, Danger. What do you think about that? Where did the evil doppelgangers in the sports stadium come from? Will the wooden dummy help the main characters? Write your thoughts and theories in the comments, and I'll be sure to read them. Remember that the best comments will make it into the new videos. Also, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. Good luck everyone, and bye-bye.